Can you hear me in your headphones? Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike. T-Roy is in the house. What up, T?
Hi, pal. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, hanging in there.
Okay?
Just okay.
Can't remember. Was yesterday a good day or a bad day?
Yesterday was a bad day.
Oh, man. We're back-to-back bad days?
Yeah.
The up-down theory is fucking blown up.
Yeah, it's all over the map. Yeah. But I just jammed a ball in my ass, hard ball in my ass, and
it's a bad day?
But it's a little better, but it's limited. So
Okay. All right.
I'm hanging in there.
You got to move up to that fist.
Yeah, I'll see the fist tomorrow.
Okay.
The human fist. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Dang it.
Isis is in the house. How are you, Isis?
Oh, great, Mike.
Looking as homeless as ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. We've got our fine Patreon member and longtime friend of the show, NFL Bob is here.
Hi,
How are you,
Bob.
Pull that mic up to your mouth. No one can hear you otherwise.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you talk into it, it is.
Good morning.
Hi, Bob.
How are you, pal?
It's 5:45 or
We're
5:55.
good. We're good.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the support.
Thank you for the pizza.
Thank you for the pizza, the wine,
delicious.
the beer. You're too good to us, Bob. But I do have to take issue with you.
We're going to start the show with this.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we are. Bitcoin. You're a big Bitcoin guy. Are you into all the crypto?
Nope.
Just Bitcoin.
Just big.
You were down in Florida at like the Bitcoin conference and shit. Like you're really into it.
It was incredible. It was very illuminating. And,
Yeah. How come nobody can explain how the hell that works?
It's a very deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It started for me about 5 years ago.
How many Bitcoin do you own? Don't lie to me.
You never tell anybody.
No, you can't disclose that type
Do
of
you
information.
have like a lot of Bitcoin?
I'm not gonna say.
Like,
I got more than one. All right?
Really?
More than one.
Yeah.
okay,
All right,
more than 10?
Nope, I can tell you.
Off the air, will you tell me?
Let me just tell you this. I don't have enough.
Yeah. Would you be willing to part with one? Hook a brother up with one Bitcoin so I can say I have one?
I'll give you 100 sats.
What's that?
Well, each Bitcoin breaks down to 100 million.
Oh, there you
Each
go.
one of those is called.
see.
It's called
So that means you have at least 100 million, whatever.
Sats.
Sats, yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Dude, I need some sats, brother.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
got,
He's
a
gonna-
you got a wallet on your phone? I'll do it right now.
Yeah, I do. I have some Bitcoin, but it keeps dropping.
You got a QR?
like a rock.
Can you generate a QR in your wallet?
I don't know. Where's my wallet?
Oh, this is going to be riveting.
Right?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
don't worry. I'll get mine out first.
Hold on.
Or
Hold on.
do we all get some?
Nope. So whoever
Fuck,
gets
it's
their
erased.
wallet
God
first.
damn it. God damn it. I had it. There it
Did you?
is. All right, my wallet's up.
All right, I'm going to hit send.
I just don't know how to get to
Send.
my.
I'm going to do $5 worth.
$5.
How many whatevers were those?
That's 20,000 Satoshi.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
gosh.
yeah.
Now you're rocking
Fine.
Satoshis.
I'm not getting shit.
You're getting 20,000 Satoshis.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
You don't have a kid?
We'll
He's
do
got
it
the app
afterwards.
store
This,
open.
this can't be good. I was just going to try to talk you, weasel a fucking Bitcoin out of you. Maybe get T1.
Yeah.
A Bitcoin on it.
Exactly.
A Bitcoin
Just
out
a
of it.
Bitcoin. Just one Bitcoin.
One
What's-
Bitcoin. What's the big deal?
You'll
You've
have
got
to-
dozens.
What's a Bitcoin
You've
between
got,
friends?
You've got hundreds of Bitcoins.
You know-
It's
can't
not like
spare
it's
one
worth
or two.
$70,000 or anything anymore.
You know who Adam Curry is, don't you?
I do.
He's a big Bitcoin guy and
He's the podfather.
Podcast 2.0. You ever heard of that?
I know he's the original podcaster.
The Podcast 2.0, from what I know, and it's not a lot, you can stream sats right to your podcast. You know, you get hooked up. Oh, there we go. T.
He's got a code.
But you can, you know, you might want to dig into it. But people, like, if you had something where you set it up where Hey, if you like what you're listening to, just stream us some sats, what you think it's worth. And you guys post a public key. Send us your Bitcoin to this
Well, what's the
key.
difference between that and Venmo? Why don't we just
Well,
say
then
every
you're
day?
dealing with fiat dollars in Venmo. You can't Venmo Bitcoin.
easiest
What-
fiat dollars.
What's? Oh wow.
No, that's good because the hope is then that your small little donation
Your audience.
goes way up. Whereas with Venmo, it's just like, here's your $5. Now fuck off.
But it's also building.
like a tip.
It's also building on a different monetary system.
Yeah.
You know, where it's peer to peer. You know, you have to go through the
obviously.
bank. You have to go through the Federal Reserve. You don't have to Fed wire.
They're gonna shut that shit down, man. They're not gonna.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's just we're going to war.
There are senators and congressmen in the United States Congress that are pro Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Some of them are pro crypto, but crypto to me is most of the other stuff is just like tech stocks
Yeah.
because they're run by people. They're centralized and they have people that control it. Whereas Bitcoin, there's no CEO, there's no marketing. It started 13 years ago on just a couple of laptops.
Yeah.
And now it's on hundreds of thousands of computers worldwide.
Yeah.
Can you still mine it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can?
There's a little bit left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole. That's just,
Well, they act like the mining of Bitcoin requires tremendous amount of energy and power, but what they don't include in that conversation is that it's limited. That you're going to end up mining all the Bitcoin and then it stops.
well, you still,
Well, what is it made of?
You-
What is the Bitcoin made of?
Ones and
good
zeros.
questions.
Ones and zeros.
I mean, because you're
It's
saying
But there's a finite
it's
number of
made
them, right?
digital gold.
yeah.
And there's a finite number, right? What is the number, Bob?
By about 2140, it'll be on 21 million Bitcoin,
And that's it. 21 million is the number, right?
or 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis.
Yeah.
But it is backed by something that they mine, or no?
Backed by, what's the United States dollar backed by?
I understand
Jack
that.
shit.
No, I get.
Answer the
I don't.
What's it backed
doesn't
by?
matter. I
What-
don't know that.
what
I'm
is
saying
any
they're
fu-
mining something. So I mean, someone is sitting there going, "This
Mining
is the Bitcoin."
code.
Yeah, what did it
Yeah.
not?
It's
What
a
they're
program.
doing? It's right now. You could do it with just a graphics card. You know,
Okay, so-
GPU.
Gotcha.
But now it takes specialized. They're called ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits. That all they do is they're brute forcing, guessing numbers. They're not doing calculations. They're guessing numbers. It's called hashing.
Okay.
And they're guessing these numbers.
Sounds like hacking.
Yeah.
And it's a whole nother rabbit hole that I understand about this much of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone I talk to that knows this shit knows this much, and it's impossible. People have sent me videos like, "Oh yeah, this will explain it," and I'm like, "No, it didn't."
Yeah, we
It's a
sat down and tried
story.
to.
No,
we
nothing-
watched
no
Loto
one-
for like 40 minutes one
Yeah.
time. We're like,
I'm more
I
confused now
still
than
have
ever.
no idea what I'm watching.
I got into it 5 years ago, of course, with
Which is why you have hundreds of bitcoins now.
with most people. What attracts you? It's the price. Ooh, Bitcoin went up, you know, and whatever its exchange rate is to the U.S. dollar, that's what attracts all the attention.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's all this other shit going on under the surface as far as all the mining that's going on and the network effects that are happening, and people in countries that we don't care about are dealing with governments and currencies that are failing.
Yeah.
And so now some of them are, the Ukraine. People had to get the fuck out of the country and they couldn't access their bank accounts. Some of them had fucking Bitcoin on fucking wallets and they crossed the fucking border.
And they could do
and
it.
they were able to, access, services in fucking Poland.
Yeah.
All right. You can't do that, with a.
Are you saying you want a universal government, Bob?
No, there's no.
No, he wants no
The
government.
opposite.
It's
Yeah, the opposite.
It's decentralized as much as anything has been decentralized in history. So
Yeah.
it's a rabbit hole. I started 5 years ago, and of course, it was the price. What's this Bitcoin? Ugh.
What was
And
the
that-
price then?
In 17, it spiked to 20,000.
It did.
Yeah, and then it crashed back down. It does. If you watch it, it's just this relentless
Cyclical.
move upward, but it does some horrendous crashes. So if you're in it like it's a fucking stock that you're gonna hang on to and sell at the right fucking time, good luck.
Yeah.
All right, like it is with most stocks too. But what attracted me personally, this is just me personally, was the price. And then I kind of meandered along. And then once COVID hit in 2020, and they shut down the fucking world's economy,
Yeah.
and then they printed trillions of dollars,
Yeah.
that's when I said, none of this shit's real.
Yeah.
To me, I don't trust any of that shit that's
No.
going on there right now.
No.
So Bitcoin is something that you don't have to trust the CEO, a marketing department, a government, or anybody. It's a group of decentralized network computers.
But won't that change at some point, honestly?
Change in what way?
It just seems like someone's going to take it over. There's power.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay.
Do you know how much computing power it would take to take it over right now? Every day, I sent you that picture. You didn't reply to it. I run a node, a Bitcoin node, and every 10 minutes, another block is produced. All this shit's going on around the world, and like clockwork, every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network is still working, and it's still growing, and more blocks are being put on top of blocks.
Yeah.
And
How
you
many
can't-
computers would it take to overtake it?
More than any country could come. You would have to spend billions and billions and billions of dollars. You'd have to procure the ASIC computers, which are hard to get right now, and then you'd have to set it up, and then you'd have to have all the people that are running on the Bitcoin network agree to go over to your new network.
Yeah.
And
Which
so
they wouldn't.
It's at the point now where it would take a coordinated government state attack to try and shut it down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that would work anymore.
What about being hacked?
It's never been hacked. You can't hack it.
But how's that possible? Like, I just feel like.
It's open source software, so anyone
Anyone can see every transaction ever.
Well, that's the transaction, but the software, the protocol that runs on these nodes that validates the miners' blocks and the transactions, every one of those is running on open source code protocol software that anyone can propose a change to. It's called a BIP. A Bitcoin improvement proposal.
Okay.
And anyone can do it, and they do it, but it takes.
Have you
the
made a
whole-
proposal yet?
No, not quite yet.
All right.
Not
Are
quite
you getting
yet.
close? Could you see doing it?
Yeah, I'm a real software guy. Shit.
T's gotten into this stuff, but he falls for all the.
No, not all of it. I mean, I'm
Well,
not deep into it.
you've got to dabble here, a toe in the water there.
Yeah, I got a couple different things. I mean, I got some Ethereum. I got some.
Yeah. See, Bob's calling you a dumbass, though,
I
basically,
don't-
because he says yours are crypto is worthless.
Yep.
And his is the shit.
This is the only
Bob
one
didn't
that's
say that, smart
That's
ass.
basically what
Did
I
anyone
heard.
hear Bob say that? No.
That's basic. In a nutshell,
What
obviously.
Bob
I'm
says is,
paraphrasing.
I don't know them other things. To me, they're centralized. They're like tech stocks. There's these projects, whatever they are.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're invalid or whatever. You do whatever the fuck you want.
but people are
to me-
stupid if they're falling for that. Is basically what you're saying in a nutshell.
Again,
Like I said, I'm not heavy into it.
it's just not.
And for me, it's a risk reward type thing. Like the Bitcoin, I can see if you're trying to convert some actual funds into Bitcoin for that, as opposed to it just being sort of an investment type deal. Bitcoin, even especially not too long ago when it was $60,000-$70,000, whatever it was up to a piece. It's down 20 something now, 22.
I haven't looked at the price in months.
Yeah, no, right on. Good for you. It's smart. But at that point, it was like, okay, well, I don't know. This thing's not going to go to $1 million a piece. I mean, maybe not. I don't think so.
Couple
But-
100,000.
Maybe, but then at that point, I'm looking at what 2.5 return on my investment. That's pretty good money. But if I'm going to throw couple $100 at something, I'm not looking to get $500 back in 5 years.
Right.
I'd rather throw it at some of these things that have a chance to 10x plus.
Yeah, where they're .00001
exactly.
value.
That I've got 5 billion, safe moons, things like that right now. And if it ever hits, great. It could be something. If not, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, $200. It'd have to go a few million% to make an effect on you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's.
If it 10x's, you're at $2,000.
I know.
Where
Well,
are you?
no. but where am I? I mean, with BIP, it depends on what you're looking at. That's my point. Is if it's an investment for growth, or if it's the decentralized finance part of it that is the draw. If it's moving money into that realm and taking it out of cash, that's a different story. That's all. It's just playing around. It's just craps to me.
Yeah, it started as an investment. Now
Well, what is it then?
to me, it's a network transfer of the future. If you're going
Right.
to try and switch networks, you don't just turn one off and turn one on, right? Because you got to know the one works.
Yeah.
So it takes a long time to build a network, a worldwide network that actually anyone with a freaking cell phone and internet access has access to. And then you're banked. You don't have to go to a bank and, all right, show me your credit.
Yeah.
Again, we think, U.S. centric, and we're in this cushy little place we have here. But you go around the world, go to fucking Lebanon or Zimbabwe or
Malaysia.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, Brazil.
And try and fucking live there where, the money's worthless. A lot of them, they can't even start a bank. What the hell's a bank? So now there's something that everybody can own with just a little bit of electricity in their pocket, a phone and internet access. And you can have a piece of property that you own that isn't counter risk by anybody else, by the bank or government or anyone else. It's by this network that's running that everyone has access to. And no one can keep it. Bitcoin is money for your enemies too. Everyone has access to it.
Yeah.
So you can do bad or you can do good, but.
Well, that'll be good, especially if they implement, if the World Economic Forum gets their way.
Klaus?
Yeah, Klaus. If Klaus gets his way, and you're talking about a global economy run by, world leaders, and you're talking about ESG scores, which is environment, social justice, and governance scores, where they hear a conversation on this show and our scores are in the shitter. And good luck getting a car loan, good luck getting a mortgage, good luck getting, a reservation at dinner because you're one of the outcasts of society.
Job.
A job, yeah, a job, anything, healthcare, who knows?
A date.
So it's a control mechanism to make sure everyone plays along. But if you have a decentralized currency where it's like, oh, I don't get scored based on anything, and to your point, the bad guy can have it too. He's got access to it too.
The bad guys have lots of dollars. All of your fraud. I mean, they talk about people,
Right.
all the crypto fraud.
Yeah.
Most of the fraud is done in U.S. dollars and cash. You
Yeah.
know, that's where most of the billions and billions, most of the sanctions and fines on fraud has been to what? U.S. banks. Mm-hmm. Goldman, all them fuckers.
Yep.
They billions of dollars in fines because they've laundered shit from cartels, and they just keep running because that's
But they don't give a shit. They lose $5 billion, but they made $1 trillion.
that's cost of business for some of them bankers.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
as you can tell, I'm a little jaded, and I'm
So are we all. The more the
I
curtain
know.
gets pulled back, it's really
Yep.
it's really sad.
what do you do when you lose trust? Because it's real easy to be negative and all that. But I'm
Yeah.
fairly long-term positive for
Well, I'll tell you what it looks like. In fact, it leads into what I was going to get into. We'll have to mention, kind of where we stand with the whole raid at Mar-a-Lago. But there's a new study out. Nearly 8 in 10 Americans. That's 80%. Did you catch that, Matthew?
Yes, correct. That was
Nice.
chop. Good job.
Nearly 8 in 10 Americans believe that there's a two-tiered system of justice in the United States. That is a problem.
Yeah.
The National Issues Survey of more than 1,000 likely 22 general election voters conducted between July 24 and 28 by the Trafalgar Group found that 79.3% of Americans believe the United States has a two-tiered justice system with one set of laws for political insiders and another for the rest of us.
I can't believe it's not higher.
Yeah, right.
Who are
Well-
the people saying that they don't believe that?
The political insiders.
Other than, but even that, those are technically only probably 7% of the,
Yeah.
or so. It should be higher, I almost feel.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't agree that, if you can get away with anything if you have enough money,
right.
right? I mean, that's just
Yeah.
the way it's always been.
Well, Epstein, there are, but yeah, for the most part.
for the most part.
For the most part. If you can afford good legal counsel and you have unlimited funds to
Well,
do
and
that,
even
the rest of people just get
connections and
buried.
things like that.
Even
Oh,
when you
yeah.
say Epstein getting caught, I think a lot of it, they let them go a certain amount of time, and then finally they kind of eventually step in and go, okay, it's your turn. You had enough of this fun.
This is on you.
Now-
we tried.
Yeah,
We let
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
you
like-
just couldn't stop with the
Yeah,
kids.
but then he
Come on.
committed
Or,
suicide.
well, the cynical thing too, Troy, would be is that you say that eventually they just decide, hey, the people need to feel like something happened.
Yep.
So let's throw it. You've had 20 years of fun.
Exactly.
Let's throw it out there. Then enough people will go, okay, they did something.
Yep. Justice.
Right.
Yeah, no one saw justice. The survey asked people, what is your opinion of the current state of the American justice system? And 8 in 10 said, yeah, 2 sets of laws, one for politicians and people with political power.
Yeah.
And then the rest for the rest of us. 11.6% of respondents answered there is one system of justice with laws applied to all Americans equally.
Who is that idiot?
I don't want
What?
these people fucking voting.
No,
You know what I mean?
God,
Who are
really?
these 10%?
Isn't there 3 tiers? There's Democrat politicians,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Republican politicians, and then the plebs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But that evolves too based on whoever's in power.
To a degree.
To a small degree. I'd
Because
say.
the news media decides who gets prosecuted and things too. So
Yeah,
The
exactly.
court of public opinion.
there you go.
Another 9% of Americans were unsure. Really? Don't have an opinion on that? Who are these dipshits?
No, I'm not sure who's the worst on this list.
Yeah. Fully 2/3 of Democrats, 66.7, believe there's a two-tiered system. 17% of them thought that there was I don't know
I don't know what you're talking about.
9 out of 10 Republicans, 90% think there's a two-tiered system. Just 6.9% said there was one system. Really? Who are these 7%? What we're seeing reflected strongly in these numbers is the sentiment that there is no equal justice in America has become an almost universally held opinion. It's not just opinion, it's fact, and it's dangerous fact in our constitutional republic, one which requires mostly voluntary compliance with the rule of law to succeed. In a system where those in government get away with virtually anything, why should anyone follow the law? Until public servants are once again held accountable for their misdeeds, the distrust of and disdain for government officials will continue to grow in a dangerous manner. Perhaps early Americans had the right idea when they publicly tarred and feathered officials who abused their positions. I could go back to that.
I could definitely go
Can
back
you
to
imagine that?
Yeah.
If you just tarred and feathered, God, that would suck trying to get
How
tar
long
and
it
feather.
takes to get tar off you.
Would you let us tar and feather like a small part of you?
Come on.
No.
Just like an arm?
Just
I'm
your
gonna
ass.
I'm gonna need some of that Bitcoin.
Hit him up. He'll say,
Real
yeah.
real numbers too.
got-
That beard's kind of a tar and feather look.
yeah.
You got
Let
a
us-
1,000 Satoshi coming at you. No
You get
haste.
1,000 Satoshi if you let us tar and
Right.
feather your arm.
I don't know what that. I need to. No, I'm gonna say no on that.
Come on, man. You used to be a gamer.
20,000 was $5, so
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna need more than that.
You won't do it for $1? Jesus. Yeah. We know for a fact that Hunter Biden committed a crime by lying about his drug addiction while filing paperwork to purchase a firearm. Is he in jail? No. Has there been a special counsel formed to investigate him? Nope. Why? Two-tier justice system. Yeah, and that's easy to prove. Very easy to prove.
Yeah, well, people are seeing that, obviously. The masses are seeing that, finally.
And they're just so blatant about it now. Like it's not even it's the lack of shame. We talk about it all the time. It's
The
lack-
nerve.
the balls. It's just
Yeah.
the gall.
Exactly, you missed that one.
Yeah, sorry. Ben Shapiro breaks down how the Trump raid could rip apart the country.
Okay.
There was a judge that this evening, just a little while ago, said we're going to demand the Department of Justice show us what this is about. You cannot let this linger and act like this is fucking normal.
It's just part of the investigation. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you know.
no. You're going to have to release what you thought that made this a reasonable raid. So,
I mean, do they, though? I mean, if it's part of an
judge did.
if it's part of an open investigation.
but it on the face, it looks like.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah, you went in looking, just grab everything you can. We'll sort it out back home at the facility, and we'll find a crime.
Yeah.
It's not how the system works.
Right.
And so a judge is going, okay, show us what made you this is something unprecedented in American history.
Yeah.
Show us what the hell made you think that this was okay
Yeah,
to
don't
do.
they have to, can't you access the criteria of the warrant? The FOIA of like what they were looking
Well-
for, what the accusations technically
it'll
were.
jeopardize the investigation.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
We'll make that public in 75
It's an
years.
ongoing
when the COVID results.
investigation. We can't comment on it. We'll deal with it in 2025.
Yeah,
Exactly.
December of 2024. We can start dealing with it. Ben Shapiro, he took a break from his Israeli vacation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
To react to the raid of former President Trump, warning there will be hell to pay. We knew that yesterday if there's not any concrete evidence of a serious crime. He noted that Maggie Haberman in the New York Times reported that the National Archives had referred a case to the Department of Justice earlier this year after Trump delayed returning 15 boxes of material requested by officials with the National Archives for many months. Haberman also reported that Trump would flush certain documents down the toilet that should have been kept for preservation by the National Archives. How the hell she would know that? God knows. As Shapiro explained, it seems like on the face of it, pretextual, especially because if you're going to do something like this, there damn well better be a crime. It's just an insane thing. The FBI is not trusted by many, many Americans. What the FBI just did requires extraordinary institutional trust. Putting into context, the FBI, under the auspices of a current administration, raided the home of the leader of the last administration and the likeliest potential nominee for the opposition come 2024. The impetus for the DOJ's raid is weak and lacks precedent. The crime can't be something like the president of the United States, when he left office, he brought with him stuff. Bill Clinton brought half the White House with him when he left office. He was never raided. It can't be. The president of the United States has a battle with the National Archives over material. It can't be about the National Archives. It's got to be more than that. It can't be something like the National Archives is just mad that they don't have a full record of everything that went on, especially if what we're talking about here is not particularly important material. Unless the rationale for the raid is damned extraordinarily solid, like rock solid, bedrock solid rationale with serious underlying evidence, then the U.S. is facing a political crisis with current administrations investigating former administrations. He's right about that. If Trump was investigated on behalf of the National Archives because he didn't turn in certain documents on time, that's a banana republic type stuff. And it looks more like an attempt to take Donald Trump out of the running in 2024. It looks more like that than anything else. Or maybe it's an attempt to elevate Trump for 24. Right now, it looks like the intelligence apparatus is being weaponized against opponents of political administrations, which is insane. Yeah, I agree with him. It goes on and on, but then he says, let's just call me skeptical, because I waited for the evidence for years and years. Every 5 minutes, breaking news alert on CNN, Russia, and it turned out to be absolutely nothing. Turns out to be a waste of tens of millions of taxpayer dollars. Turns out to be a waste of all of our time. Turns out to be a deliberate attempt by some people who hated Trump to undermine his presidency. Yeah.
That's facts.
And then I'm supposed to sit here taking it on faith. No one is taking this one on faith. No one. You better get out there if you're Christopher Wray of the FBI and show us what you're doing. If you're Merrick Garland, you better be out there showing us what you're doing. What you're doing.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry, people just don't buy it. They don't have trust in those departments, in those government bodies. They just don't. They used to. They don't now, and you're making it worse. And yeah, my brother was reading the comments of a story. He sent me this. It's like, because they're not my comments.
Okay.
You know, if you find anything offensive in any of these comments,
can we go back for a minute? You know how many presidents have had issues with the National Archive?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right. Nothing new. Because the presidents pack up all their shit and then they go home and they use this as a basis to write their memoirs.
Yeah.
Is what usually goes on with that. And so there's always a squabble. Bill Clinton literally cleaned out the White House. He took furniture and shit from the White House, napkins from the White House,
and all the W's off the computer keys.
And all the W's off the computer keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone says, I remember the White House had to ask for the historical White House furniture the Clintons made off with in their departure.
So they couldn't get a DNA sample.
Yeah. God, this guy. I didn't write this. All right. I'm just saying up front, this is not me. I would never say something like this on an open microphone.
Right.
Ever. This guy said, that's right. The Obamas stole the chicken fryer and the watermelon baller.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wait
a minute. Hey, take it up with Reagan 1589. Yeah. I had nothing to do with that statement. I don't even know if that's true.
That's pretty low.
That might be misinformation.
Mm-hmm. That's just shit racism. That's all that is.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't even give that any credence.
Really?
I don't even think it's that clever. I think it's fucking.
I would say that it's not clever.
It's not clever.
You could come up with a racist thing. I mean, not.
Well, that's a pretty fair, standard racist remark.
That's Troy's point, I think.
That is.
Well, what would you prefer? He said.
Something intelligent.
Well, give me your intelligent racist joke.
It's not my place to do that, but
something pithy. You know, put a little piss in it.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, no, you guys are taking serious issue with Reagan 1589's racist comment.
Yeah, I think it's just
but you don't have one of your own.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be making comments on a comment page.
Why would I?
I don't know. What are you getting mad at me for?
Not. Just saying. I thought you were going to come up with something good.
I believe that you're getting mad at Troy just because Troy didn't think the comment was that clever.
Right.
That's what I think is happening.
I think it's shitty to have people take issue with someone else's attempted joke when you don't have one yourself.
I wasn't trying to make a joke.
But we weren't trying to make jokes.
Yeah, but you took issue with his
and
joke.
neither was he.
Huh?
And neither was he.
You don't think that was a joke?
No.
Why?
I think it was just a shit racist shot is what it all was.
God, lighten up, people.
Isn't every joke about Obama racist?
Yeah, of course.
But that was lazy. That's what Troy's saying.
Exactly.
It wasn't like really clever.
No,
it was just generic, like, oh, the watermelon.
Yeah,
you know
the
what
watermelon
I mean?
ballers and the chicken fryer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was funny enough.
I see. Well, we see where you're at.
Oh, yeah, I'm a racist.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, why would you be doing a show with a racist?
I don't know.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I wouldn't.
No, Reagan's a racist.
How is Reagan 1589,
Yeah.
not the original Ron?
Oh, God, no. The saint.
Speaking of racists, it has been 8 years since our dear, dear friend Michael Brown was murdered by the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mind his own business.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, to wrap that up, I did have some audio I wanted to play, Isis. When people talk about, there was another story I didn't get to today, but the White House is claiming that, oh, we didn't know nothing about this FBI raid.
Yeah.
Trust me. Well, I don't believe you.
Not at all.
I don't fucking believe you, Joe Biden. I don't believe you, press secretary. I don't care. I don't believe you. And people would ask, why wouldn't you believe them if they said they didn't know anything? Well, because historically, precedent has long been set on Joe Biden.
Well, I believe Joe Biden doesn't know.
Yeah. He just forgot.
This White House knew, though.
Right,
They're
like-
claiming, no. You're telling me you raided a fucking former president's home
Yeah.
over National Archive records and the White House wasn't told? Bullshit. And the reason I say that is Joe Biden has historically been one of the biggest liars in the history of the Senate. He's been there for 50 years. For 50 years, he's been a fucking liar. And I'll play you something that you probably don't hear very many places.
Is this old Joe?
This is old Joe.
All right.
This is when he was running in 88.
These are some of my favorites.
Yeah, there you go. You won't hear this on NBC News, by the way, but here's the real Joe Biden.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do. The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and, in fact, ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
Even then, his memory had failed him.
Memory had failed him.
Oh, was it only one? I thought I had 3.
Yeah.
Was it
Had
only
he
1
had the
degree?
brain aneurysm by then? Had he had the first brain aneurysm?
Hey, give him a break. You know, people that are at the bottom of their class, you too can become president.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta-
Goals,
Be positive
But
about
listen
it.
to the guy with such
conviction. That's
conviction
it.
and you know how he was doing back then. What I didn't include in that is Frank, the reporter in the room who's asking him these questions. He challenges him to an IQ test.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's always challenging some guy to a fucking push-up test.
Yeah, right.
Or,
Fatso.
Fat.
Fat.
Fat. He was going to call him Fatso.
Listen.
Yeah. You want to push-up challenge right now? You want to do pull-ups? And you're like, no, dude. What are you talking about? He's challenging Frank to an IQ test.
All right.
And he's like, I got 3 degrees and I finished top of the class.
Well, yeah,
and I
if you
got
just
full
make up the
scholarship."
answers, then they can all be right.
Yeah. It's like, well, he had to. And reporters back then, did you notice the difference with Sam Donaldson and Brokaw and
Actually,
whoever else?
Called a spade a spade?
Yeah, they called him out.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to say that word anymore, but
It's a suit in the deck of cards.
okay. Yeah, is this the fat?
Yeah.
Where he wanted to call him Fatso so bad?
Listen,
And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape on? Let's do push-ups together, here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's get my push-ups.
right, to the fat guy in the sweater.
Number 2, no one has said my son has done anything wrong, and I did not on any occasion, and no one has ever said it.
No one?
I didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil.
You did.
Isn't that what you said? Set your words straight, Jack.
That's what I hear on MSNBC.
You don't hear that on MSNBC. You did not.
No, they would
hear
never
that.
report that.
Right? No.
Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
No, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you do, but look, Fat, look. here's the
Even
deal.
on the bottom it says, "Look, fat."
Look, Fat.
You don't have any of that.
Oh. Look at that decrepit piece of shit.
Look at this tie.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
boy.
Jesus. Why'd you point that out?
Right?
Just
That
put
is.
a warning on the
That's
screen.
quite a crowd going
Just,
there, right?
Did you see we've never seen it from this angle. Did you see the interpreter, too? There's your interpreter back here.
Okay.
Oh, geez. Another looker.
Give herself a fist bump there.
You want? There's,
You don't hear that on MSNBC.
What did she do for
You did not hear
Fat?
that. What you heard.
well, that's a good question.
Okay, I'm not going to get in
She just pointed at herself. Yeah, damn it.
Two thumbs on herself.
But look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
Oh, she didn't do
She was
it.
like,
He looks like you don't have any of that.
Yeah. Give the guy balls. He's got balls.
yeah.
The funny thing is,
Any other questions?
Yeah.
obviously,
Ignore
is
it. Don't have to answer that.
Nope.
He's there for you. He is literally there. He is clearly a supporter of you. He's
Yeah.
just kind of asking, "Hey,
Clearly,
man, what do you?"
could be a mole.
It could be, but I mean,
He claims he heard that on MSNBC.
That's
There's not a chance in hell MSNBC reported anything to do with Hunter's offshore business dealings and Joe Biden. So Biden's right about that.
Yeah, he was like, you didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that
No,
on
they're in my
MSNBC.
pocket. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Sitting members of Congress and several others marked the 8th anniversary of 18-year-old Michael Brown's death in Ferguson, Missouri. God, that was a fun time, wasn't it, E?
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think you have a different memory of that situation than me.
Why?
Because I mean, it wasn't fun to me.
I thought there was so much fucking great material that came out of that.
I guess that's true.
What dude do alone? What
Yeah,
dude do?
that's true. You
Guy
got,
jacking off?
yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
right there you go.
So yeah, they're by promoting long debunked claim that he was murdered and been shot while holding his hands up in the air. Long
Arms up,
debunked.
don't shoot.
Hands up, don't
shoot.
shoot.
Yeah.
we still have that now. We still deal with hands up, don't shoot to
Yeah.
this day, which was based on a bullshit statement by one guy who recanted. Said, nah, he was charging him.
Yeah.
My bad. Brown was fatally shot by, do you remember the officer's name?
No,
Not even a guess. I
Wilson?
barely
Wilson?
remember Chauvin.
Darren Wilson.
Oh, one of the Beach Boys. Nice.
Yeah. Who initially attempted to detain Brown because he matched the description of a suspect in a strong arm robbery at a local convenience store. We all watched that video where he did. He was a bear of a man.
Yeah, big
Michael
fella.
Brown, yeah. Brown attempted to pull Wilson out of his marked vehicle and grappled for his service weapon. He was reportedly running toward Wilson, who had by then exited the vehicle when he was shot. One witness later admitted to fabricating the claim, alleging that Brown had been trying to get away from Wilson when he was killed and claimed that he had his hands up in surrender at the time of the shooting. According to multiple investigations, I believe there were 3 autopsies and more than a couple investigations, including one by Eric Holder,
Oh, yeah.
and Obama's
Yep.
DOJ. So the shooting was ultimately deemed justified and Wilson was not charged. Then the media celebration began because they knew it was going to be, party in the streets.
Here they go.
Here we go. This morning, the Justice Department announced the conclusion of our investigation and released a comprehensive 87-page report documenting our findings and conclusions that the facts do not support the filing of criminal charges against Officer
You gotta go
Darren Wilson in this
87
case.
pages for this?
Yeah,
That
right?
seems a little excessive.
Yeah, Holder was you could just tell he's devastated by that statement. Like, we wanted to fry this cop so bad.
Yeah.
There was just no way that we could even twist it into enough knots to make him guilty of something.
Yeah.
So, we're very sorry. Enjoy your riots.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Don't worry.
evenings.
There'll be another one.
Yeah.
We'll get the next one.
We'll get the next one. Despite this, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, she's one of the squad,
Oh,
I
good.
believe. She went ahead on Tuesday with the assertion that Brown had been murdered. Today marks 8 years since Michael Brown was murdered by police in Ferguson, Missouri.
That should be fucking slander. You
Yeah.
shouldn't even be able to say that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You talk about misinformation all the time. That's such a
Right.
big deal.
Yeah.
We need to honor Michael's life with action. Let's keep fighting to dismantle white supremacy so we can ensure racial justice for all. Justice was absolutely served in this case and proved many times over.
Absolutely right. I remember having a conversation with my daughter about that when they were all mad about it. And she was still in school at the time, and everybody was, pissed off. And I told her flat out, like, look, you're backing the wrong horse. You know, you are. This is not the one you want to fucking ride on. Wait, you'll probably have a different one that you can go. Your George Floyd's coming. Don't worry. But this one, you might want. This is not the one.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know anything about that. They just know they're just whipped up into a frenzy. Facts be damned.
Yeah. Remember Kyle Rittenhouse? Their friends all thought he shot a bunch of black people.
Yeah. So everybody she shot was they just went to a fucking Black Lives Matter rally and just started shooting people.
Yeah. Okay. What are we reading that's leading us to that conclusion?
Every other news outlet, basically.
Yeah. It's nuts. Corey Bush made the same claim 8 years ago today. Michael Brown Jr. was murdered. So we took to the streets for over 400 days. We were maced and tear gassed and beaten by police, all for saying that Mike's life mattered. Not to Mike, it didn't.
Clearly.
That's an important distinction.
Yeah.
Mike's life mattered to you, maybe. I mean, for your cause, if you wanna martyr this guy, but clearly it didn't matter to him.
Yeah. It was an early edition of Fuck Around and Find Out.
Yeah, very early edition. One of the very early rounds.
Tried the system and lost.
Yep, sure did. He was shot in the back of the head. No. No, he wasn't. Sorry.
I mean, the bullet might have come out of the back of his head. But
top of the head as he was charging.
Yeah, exactly.
As he was charging him. Bush tweeted, leaving out several key details, such as the number of police officers who were attacked, the number of businesses that were looted and or burned by the protesters. She claimed we're simply saying, Mike's life mattered. It's really, you're gonna whittle it down to that. Mike's life mattered was all that was being said and done.
That's it.
And you just got tear gassed and maced for that for 400 days? Huh. Boy, I don't quite recall
Seems a bit
it the same
excessive,
way.
but okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Our fight for justice will not stop. We do this for Mike Brown. Ben Crump, our favorite.
Oh, yeah. Right
He
in the
took
middle
the
of all of
claim
it.
a step further that Brown had his hands raised. 8 years ago, Michael Brown was killed with his hands up in surrender.
Oh, you fuck. Come on. Come
Dude,
on. I mean...
And how is that not labeled as misinformation? I'm serious. How is that not labeled as like, no. We have multiple investigations that prove this.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no. I mean, even this, like, the officer should be able to be suing them for slander, for calling him a murderer.
Yeah.
If he was murdered, then that officer murdered him.
Right.
Which clearly was not the case.
Is that not defamation of character?
Something, defamation, slander, whatever, however that falls, but...
St. Louis-based radio host Annie Fry said, peddling the hands-up lie drains all credibility from your cause. I follow you because I value seeing your side of the issue, but this is a lie, and you're using it for your own personal benefit. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I did, 8 years ago, I didn't realize it was the 8-year anniversary of that.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Yeah, happy anniversary to everyone involved. Isis, do you have the video of the guy? And this was the reason this even made the papers. People were trying to find, was there audio that existed of the shots ringing out so we knew how many shots were fired or something like that. And it turns out this guy is recording live on his laptop from an apartment right outside the shooting, midday.
Yeah.
And he's it's clear as day that he's jacking off to some chick. He's got, what is it, like a Zoom, pre-Zoom?
Oh, okay. Like Skype. Probably back then.
No, it wasn't Skype, but it was like going on a website where you can, like, cams, like chicks would do their
a web girl or a cam girl?
Like a cam girl, like
right.
porn.
Yeah.
And so you could hear the shots in the background, but you could also hear this guy
just fapping.
Listen.
You are pretty. You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
He's not even deterred.
No, not even breaking stride.
It's raining bullets in the backyard.
He's in the zone, man.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
He is.
Oh yeah.
His focus, dude. The minute he comes, he's gonna snap out of it and be like,
someone just gets shot,
dude. What was it? Did anyone else hear a bunch of bullets going off or something? But yeah, he is fucking.
You locked in.
He is that cartoon when they zoom their eyes and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He's in that moment, man. He is so locked into whatever. I'd love to see what he's seeing on that
That's
screen.
funny, right?
You know?
I was watching your videos.
I like watching your videos. Play it one more time.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
such
sure,
a creep.
You are pretty.
Pretty.
You're so fine. Just going over some of your videos. How could I forget?
How could I forget? Sounds like a very effeminate dude,
A
doesn't
little
he?
bit, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's watching a.
Could be a dude.
It could be a dude he's watching.
Right, could
Some
very
guy
well be.
fluffing his junk up.
Helicopter,
your videos.
helicopter.
Oh man.
Hey, the wait is over. You can now custom order your brand new F-150 from our friends at Zott Ford and Holly. Be the first in your crew to get the all-new F-150 because the sooner you order it, the sooner you can show it off. So for a limited time, when you custom order your F-150 from Zott Ford, they're going to give you $500 in free accessories. Plus, starting today, Zott can also, Zott can custom order your new Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, Ranger, Explorer, and Mach-E. And just in case you need a little more good news, when you do order from our boy Gabara, he's going to lock in 2.9% APR and give you an extra $500 on your purchase or $1,000 for your lease. So go to dealsinthed.com to check out the details and surf their sexy inventory. I can't get my tongue out of the way today.
Yeah, you did fine. Your tongue got out of the way. You're so tired. I feel so bad for you, T. I know how exhausted you are all the time.
Oh, great. feel like $1 million.
It'll be transparent to the listener, Mike.
Absolutely. He's a pro. Absolute pro.
Just powering through.
I forgot to mention right out of the gate, radiofor1.com. Please sign up. That's why NFL Bob is here. He's a proud Patreon
Hi, Bob.
member.
Hello.
And you can buy merch there, T-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, Amazon link, Amazon Canada, MyPillow. Be sure to use promo code TDC. Go to the mystore.com. Shop around. There's all kinds of stuff. He's having young entrepreneurs. He's highlighting their stuff. I'm at the tail end of my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and then I
it's
will
coming.
start. I will start on the MyPillow coffee,
The wait is almost over.
and I will let you guys know. It's supposed to be really good.
I did another grouping purchase today.
Did you?
I
Is that a
did.
Keurig? How's it come?
Gross. First
Yeah,
off,
shots fired.
yeah. No, she was like, I can send you whole bean or ground up, and I was like, ground. So yeah, it's just a big bag.
Okay.
I'll let you take some if you want to try it. I'll sell it to you
that's
for
all right.
1 Bitcoin.
It's a hell of a deal, Bob.
It's a hell of a only 1
I'm going to
Bitcoin.
need the whole business.
1 million Satoshi.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Link to the Patreon page. Please become a proud Patreon member. We're dumping new stuff in there quite often. We're going to do some in the next day or two. We're going to do some Friday.
Yeah, sure. We were supposed. I know we were supposed to. I think we were supposed to do some last Friday. And
Yeah, you know what
we had a problem with the power outage and stuff. And
Yeah, it kind of screwed us all up. So, but T and I will do some.
Well, that was cool. What was it? Amy showed up when the power came
Show.
back on.
Did that
Yeah.
sound weird as shit?
Not if she shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fits right
Definitely
in.
helps.
that was actually the next day.
I know.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you knew or if. But yeah, that was the next day. I did want to mention the other thing we didn't mention yet is Hard Knocks premiered last night
Ah, yes.
on HBO, and HBO Max.
Featuring our Detroit Kitties, the Motor City Kitties.
the kitties is the right term.
You watched it, T. I watched it. Isis, did
Yeah,
you?
I watched it.
You did.
That was how I knew. I go, did you watch it? He was like, yeah, I watched it. I was like, okay. What?
I felt like I should. It was funny because I went around all day driving around, like not wanting to hear people talk about it because you could not escape it. And I'm like, well, and I figured if I watched it, if I listened to enough, I wouldn't even have to watch it. So I'm like, okay.
Why? What? Because it premiered last night. So what could they possibly be telling you?
all the spoilers.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like I'm like if I'm gonna watch it, I want to just go in and watch it. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear 3 hours of 3 different shows on 97.1 telling me what they said on Hard Knocks.
Oh, you still listen to radio?
Because I have a car that doesn't have a fucking hookup to non-radio shit.
Oh, okay.
It's terrible. The radio I have in my car, it's terrible. I can't listen to anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like
that sucks.
Frank Costanza. He has to go in fresh.
Yeah.
That is true. I got to go. No, I have to go.
Dude, I stopped reading stories and watching like trailer clips.
Yeah.
Because I knew they were gonna highlight the best part, and it was like, no, I'll watch it cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, which I did last night, and then I watched like the first 10 minutes, then went to bed, and then first thing this morning. I got
You didn't get worked off by the amazing speech right off the bat. I can't believe you could fall asleep after that speech of fucking treading water and killing and whatever,
drowning humans.
Yeah, shit like that.
I take it you didn't like it, Isis.
I didn't dislike it. I just don't know. It doesn't mean anything to me. Nothing in there to me was like, oh, this is it now. Because I assumed that Millen would have said that stuff. I assumed that Morningweg would have said that stuff. I assumed that Ross would have said that. Throw me a coach that didn't get up there and go, what was the word? Fucking his big word. Grit.
Yeah.
And shit. I mean, it just.
Yeah, but you could tell from the players that they're buying in.
Could I? Could I have told?
Yes, I think you can. By the end of the play,
I bet I could have told by fucking Jim Schwartz's team and not Calvin Johnson. Fucking
no, you hear all the time about coaches losing a locker room.
Yeah, Patricia did right away.
For sure. They hated Patricia.
I don't know. It's fine. I just don't. I'm glad they're on it. It's kind of interesting to see. I like seeing behind the scenes stuff, but I just. What does any of it mean until they're actually good?
Seem a little poo-pooed already.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're giving
it's kind
it a
of a
fair
bummer,
shake.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I really enjoyed it.
Because I don't think I think you're having a hard time separating the show from wins and losses.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? They're still going to suck. Well, that's not
Well,
necessarily
I will say it's funny when I watch stuff like this, as I have different views on it than I used to. And it's like, I think, like, if you watched any other training camp, what would be the difference? They all want to win. All those guys want to win. All of them are going to sit there and be like, yeah. And
well, this is the problem.
Jump the ropes and shit.
What we talked about the other day is the fear is that it is, in a way, a propaganda film.
Yeah.
Juicing up your team,
of course.
showing the best moments.
It's not like it's just all, a documentary of exactly how it's all going down. Things are.
Yeah, you're following storylines and telling stories.
Yes.
So the most charismatic character on the team gets a lot of time. He might not even make the squad.
Right.
But we've seen them do that a dozen times. Take a guy and juice him up and show his one or two great catches and this and that, and then he ends up getting cut. And everyone's like, this is bullshit. It's like, well.
They saw other things that we didn't.
Yeah, properly edited. But, seeing the guys get emotional in the fucking huddle. Who was that? Was that Jamal Williams?
Yes. Yep.
That was
I
cool.
really like. Absolutely.
Yeah, you've always liked him.
Yeah,
he was the
very
kid
high
out of
energy,
Green Bay, right?
Had to be signed from Green Bay. Yeah, running back.
And how do you not like Hutch?
Yeah, everything seems great there.
What a nice family he's got there. 3 hot sisters, a nice mom and dad. Comes from that nice.
Not new, Isis. We've been watching this family for years.
I haven't. Wow. What a hardship he dealt with. And fuck him sitting there like, you went to Memphis? And it's like, dude, you hear what this guy's story is? He came from fucking
Nigeria.
Another country. Yeah. He didn't really know what's going on.
Yeah, but he's going, hey, dummy, I don't care if you came from Nigeria. At least
I thought
research a little bit the best schools. You got offers from fucking Bama, all SEC teams, and you went to Memphis? Explain yourself.
Yeah.
I think
he didn't have a 5-star family with fucking smoking hot sisters and mom
he
and
had
dad.
the internet when he got here, and he had offers from all the big schools, and he went to fucking Memphis.
Well, I still think you're talking about a rookie, and it seems kind of fucking douchey sitting there like, dude, what are you fucking doing?
He's like, I only had 13. But they knew I was going to Michigan, so.
By the way, it worked out anyway because you're both sitting next to each other in an ice bath. So.
Well, but let's check bank accounts.
One had a $23 million signing bonus.
We'll see which one's still here in 5 weeks.
They're in the bath together?
Well, next to each other.
No, you know that Viagra
The
commercial where they got the couple in the separate tubs?
Cialis, I think.
It was a Cialis, whatever. Yeah, it's that. They're in an ice bath together. They're not holding hands, but...
I thought it was kind of a douchey conversation, that's all.
I didn't really take it that way.
HBO disagreed with you, and their editors disagreed with you.
Well, they actually agree with me because douchey works on TV. So, if he was sitting there being Mr. rah-rah, I don't know if that would have worked as well, played as well.
You are a mean man today.
Yeah, as I said, he's just really got a
pessimistic
poo-poo attitude.
and nasty.
Yeah.
The face paint is gone. The signs are in the trash. Show me some fucking W's.
Right.
And he loves the celebration, the rah-rah, the camaraderie.
Right.
That's E's thing, and that was juiced with that stuff last night.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, the Billie Jean moment.
It's great.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was great.
That was cool.
Dude, I was.
Again,
hold on. I was scoping Twitter this morning. People are saying that was a top 10 moment in the history of Hard Knocks.
That's been 15 years,
17.
17 years.
Yeah.
again, I assume as I've gotten older that all these teams have moments where they sit there and they're like, yeah, we love each other. And then they go and win 3 games. So,
well, the show, that's what I said. The show doesn't equate to wins and losses. It's not what it's about. They don't get a show because they're going to be a good team.
But I guess
generally you get a show because you're a shit team.
Yeah. So
almost how it's worked.
I haven't seen any of the Hard Knocks. I haven't watched any other of the other ones, so I don't know. But I guess aren't they kind of the same? I mean, you have different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But those teams, it's just like back in the day when NFL Films used to do like a video each year
of your team.
And I remember watching ones in the Lions where they had, and they're like, well, yes, they only won 5 wins, but they've got things on the future, and Eric Kramer's coming up or whatever. They just signed.
No, if
Mitchell.
you watch that thing, if you watch those, you're like, we're going to the fucking.
Like, wow, like,
we're going to the game, man.
Right.
Like you'd watch, and then at the end of the thing, the narrator would come on with that fucking awesome NFL films
Right.
and go,
Well, it wasn't considered a successful season as they only won 2 games this year, but all things looking up for Wayne Fonts and his squad for next year. You're like,
Right.
wait, I've been watching a fucking jack-off highlight reel for 40 minutes, and then now you tell me they won 2 games? Holy shit.
You would have turned it off if they told you that before.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll watch all of them.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well,
I, thought it was
I don't want you
intriguing.
to if you're going to come up with that pessimistic shit attitude.
Just don't ask my opinion on any of them.
Fair enough.
You can't help but give your opinion, especially if we start talking about it.
That's true.
I think the staff he's put together is. It's funny. I made the comment to you. I was like, he's just got some straight dudes in there. And then literally in the show, like 5 minutes later, it was the dude from Michigan, the quarterback was in there. Anyway, he was like, "Man, you got some fucking dudes out there."
Yeah.
Like, yeah. See, he knows. He gets it.
No,
he understands it.
Who are the dudes? You got Antoine Randall.
Antoine Randall is your wide receivers coach. Deuce Staley's your assistant head coach, running backs coach. Mark Brunell is your quarterback coach.
No. Is it? Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Brunell.
Yeah.
Hank Fraley's your offensive line coach. It goes on from
Aaron
there.
Glenn.
Aaron Glenn's your defensive
D-back,
coordinator.
Yeah, defense. Which are all like every one of those names you just mentioned were great. Players in the league,
and none of them were like.
And they're going to be players, coaches.
And none of them were superstar players. I mean, they were good players, but none of them were like the superstar players. They were just the hard nose, the mentality of what you want. They had grit. Fuck you, E. They did have grit. I'm gonna get you one of them blue grit hats. Make you wear it.
That's great. They're getting a shit ton of compliments. If you look at social media, there's so many people like, well, I didn't know it, but I'm a Lions fan. Which is good. It's good for...
It is. They've been the laughing stock for a long time.
Yeah.
They really have.
I'm telling you something. I was where E is.
Yep.
I was where E is, and you know what? You watched me all year going, this is the worst fucking team in the history of the NFL. Worst team in football.
Yep.
And you were like, hang in there. And by the end of the season, I was like, this is the fucking greatest team I've ever seen. This team's fucking got something going on. Like, it just felt different. The offseason, their drafts, and then this series comes out, and it's like, okay, I'm listening.
Right.
I'm paying attention.
That's what it's about.
I had faith in you guys when nobody else did. When everybody said you were shit. I lost that faith last year. I was like, I'm done. Stafford's gone. Fuck it. Just blow the team up. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man.
The great thing about my take is I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying prove me. So I'm not sitting here saying they're going to win 4 games. So I can come around if they start out 4-0. I can just go, here we go.
The proverbial bandwagon.
But I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying prove me.
Fair weather fan.
Yes,
I'm okay with it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying
it was
prove
more
me
about
wrong.
the entertainment purposes of the show.
Of course,
that's all that it was.
Yeah.
Not how it's going to relate to the on the field play.
I know, but I can't separate them.
I got to tell you,
I was entertained. Absolutely.
I can't wait for next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or next
How many do they do?
Monday, whatever.
Do you know? Usually
6, I think, or 8. Something
Yeah,
like that. Because
I was
it'll go
thinking
through
7,
it'll go through the preseason.
Yeah.
It stops at the start of the regular season.
Right.
And they have so there'll probably be another one because this Friday's the first game.
Right.
So there'll be that. So there'll be 2 more going into that, and then the 3 games. So yeah, it's got to only be 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's got to be.
All right.
So I'm excited for the first time in a long time as a Lions fan. I'm excited. How cool would that be? Because every year there's a team that comes out of nowhere, surprises the league.
Yeah.
The Bengals did it.
Yeah, exactly right.
There's no reason at some point in our lifetime
Can't be the Lions.
it can't be the goddamn Lions,
Yep.
right? It can.
Yeah.
I agree that it can be. You're right.
You know,
There
Yeah.
is-
And even though they only
When the
won,
Niners broke through, they got a coach in '79, and by '81 they won the Super Bowl. 2 years. They were coming off
Here we go.
a 4-win season or a 3-win season.
2-14.
2-14.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, and it can happen that fast with a culture change.
it can.
It can happen that fast.
I agree.
in
And
this
football is, I think, the easiest sport to turn it around quicker than the
Yeah.
other, right, at this point.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah. So I
Although
hope it happens.
I'd say
I think
basketball probably.
Well, basketball happens because one
just
player
a-
can change a
there's
freaking
exactly-
team.
there's only
Yeah.
5 guys on a
Yeah,
court.
that's a good point.
Right. You know.
League. But it seems like the NFL is one of the quicker, like teams can go from crap to in the running.
I think you listened to our interview with Greg Henson, and you're using a lot of his fucking talking points. Now that I think about it,
No, I'm not.
a lot of what you're saying is what Henson was saying. Like, yeah, fucking prove it to me. I'm not.
You
buying
mean like
this
I'm saying
shit.
what a lot of Lions fans?
No,
have
I'm
been
saying
for
what
about
Greg Henson said in the interview we had with him a week ago.
I don't think "prove it to me" is that
Yeah, that's not too off the wall.
right.
Well,
And it is. And I'm not making any bold claims that they're going to like win the division or anything. But
yeah, I know.
No, I just think
You know
that
what? I
you
will-
have to start with the culture first.
I agree.
You have to change that.
there's no denying that change.
I'm not demanding
deny it.
even a division this year myself. I would say that, but I mean, if we start another year and all this talk, and then halfway through you're at 2-6.
Over and under 7.5 games wins. What are you taking?
You know what? I
think
don't
it's-
like their matchups.
I think the third easiest schedule in the
Do
league.
they?
Yeah, third easiest schedule in the league.
Yeah.
7.5. See, my instinct is still to, and not
Take
because
the
I'm being
under?
cynical. My instinct is to take the under.
They could still have a losing record
Right,
with 8 wins.
right, because of the new seat, new 17 games or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's true. I think it's gonna be. The problem is it's 7.5. I think it's gonna be right there.
Yeah. Well,
And
they
you know what?
can't-
I'd be
well,
okay with 8 wins. I
7
would say
wins,
this.
1 tie.
Right. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, 7 or 8 wins.
Can you see them beating the Eagles?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, again, I don't
I
know
can.
these teams.
Why?
I don't
Where's
watch
that?
it.
Why? I mean, it could.
Home or away?
I don't know.
I'll say this: I can't. You guys watch football? Actually, I don't know any.
Yeah.
As far as who they can be, I don't know.
Yeah,
because I
could.
don't watch
I'll-
any other teams.
Philly's not great by any stretch.
Let's see if it says where that is. At Detroit.
There you go. It's a home game.
One pride. Hashtag one pride.
I could definitely see him beating Philly.
Commanders. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Redskins. Redskins at Lions.
Did they?
Home-
They
another home
went
game?
away from the Washington Football Club.
Yeah, they're
they
actually
finally-
Redskins.
now
They
they're
should
the
have
Commanders.
just come with the Washington Football Club. That would have been more
Yeah.
of a stick it to it. And then just in general, I didn't really hate
No,
it.
they went back to the Redskins. I love it.
WFT kind of had a nice ring to it.
The Commanders.
Yeah. Sucks.
At the
You're right.
Vikings.
You're an NFL organization. I understand going away from the Redskins, whatever, but I can understand it. You can't find that Commanders sounds like a fucking arena football team
Yeah.
to me. You can't come up with a name that
They had one. Washington football team was genius.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's great.
It was awesome.
I agree. I would have just
Or
kept it like
Redskins.
that.
You could have gone back to Redskins. I would have been fine with that too.
But I'm just saying, okay, but assuming you're not going to do either of those, there has to be a fucking
Like what? You're so again. You're doing it again. E.
Yep.
You're bagging on what they decided
this one-
without offering solutions.
Okay, pick an animal out there. There's got to be an animal that one of the teams hasn't used.
What about the
that's
politicians?
vicious.
What about the
The
politicians?
sloths.
Even that, sure.
Washington politicians?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Better than the
You
Commanders.
could call it the swamp.
The swamp monster.
Yeah, the
Swamp
swamp.
mon-
Swamp monster.
There you go.
Swamp
That'd be great.
monsters.
That'd
There
be
you go.
great.
I mean, like I
Swamp
said,
Get
creatures.
sued by Florida.
I'll just look up mean animals, and I'm glad I could find one better than the Commanders.
Wolverine.
Wolverines.
There you go. Well,
Washington Wolverines.
So listen. So back to you, Minnesota. I mean, basically, consider your divisions a split for the
Okay.
most part. I mean,
Seahawks. They could beat the Seahawks.
the Seahawks are shit this year.
Yeah. Patriots. No.
Probably not.
Cowboys.
But
No.
no.
Dolphins.
Maybe, maybe not. Depends.
Packers.
Split. You know, like I said, I mean, your divisions you're going to split more
Bears.
than likely. Split.
Giants.
Yep.
Could
definitely
could
beat
be
the Giants.
Bills. No fucking
No,
chance.
that's a Thanksgiving game too. They're
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
fucking
that's
run
gonna
off the
be-
gym. But you never know, man. He
Oh.
might get them all fired up for fucking. Remember when we used to actually compete in those games?
yeah, I do.
Maybe
it was a
that
long time ago.
I understand,
but
but maybe that's back.
dude, the Bills. Oh, that's
I
going
know.
to be an ass.
Probably
whooping.
yes.
Oh.
That's okay. I mean, so we're still at like 6.
Haven't we
losses?
like the last 3 Thanksgiving games have been just utter blowouts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaguars. Okay,
There's
winnable game.
Winnable game.
That's in Detroit as well. Vikings, Lions. Okay, it's split. Jets.
It's winnable.
Jets has some shit going on.
Throwing bombs and banging moms, baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm on Team Zach Wilson.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to give me one of those.
It's hilarious. He's banging his mom's friend, best friend.
On draft night.
Which means he's banging everything else, too. And it's just like, this one just came out in front of the platter that day. And I was like,
You're
all right.
fine. You're up. I know
throw it to her.
I've been seeing how you've been looking at me for the last 10 years.
You know they've got the dopest
go.
backyard setup with pools.
Go.
And Mom and her friends have been hanging around there drinking wine all afternoon for years. He's been like, one day, he was probably 13 years old going, one day I'm going to fuck her. And then...
one day, she was about 13. She was like, one day I'm going to fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was probably saying it, too, with his little boners in his room and shit. And then all of a sudden, he's Zach Wilson, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna take a spin on that. Just, whatever. I've seen her in bikinis for 10 years.
Yeah, I'd like to see her, see how good that was.
The old button hook in the backyard.
There you go.
Yeah.
The throwing bombs, banging moms. It's just fucking great.
It's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Throwing bombs, banging moms.
And he's wearing the shirt?
No, he's
Oh,
not.
okay. I was going to say, dude, that's a little...
Lions, Panthers.
Yeah.
Bears again, and then Packers.
Yeah. So, I mean, you figure
so
if those
you're
are
going
splits,
above 7.
I'd have to go through that specifically to go through it, but yeah, I could potentially take the. I offered that bet to a guy at work at 7.5. I have no idea what it even is. I just put that number out there.
Yeah.
And I said, take whatever you want. I'll take the other one.
Yeah.
No matter what. Pick
he
whichever
wouldn't do
one
it.
you want, and I'll take it. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a bad bet
Well,
because it's a coin toss.
okay.
I mean, in reality,
Sure.
when you look at that schedule, when you look at
if
a
you
team,
think they're there, then you take the over. If you think they're not, you take the under.
all right, I'll take the over.
Okay, perfect. I'll take the under.
The usual Mortimer?
Of course.
All right.
Absolutely. Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Hands were shaking for the record.
Oh, yeah.
It's official.
Troy and I bet
Our
on a
word is
lot
our
of stuff.
bond.
Our word is our bond.
Yeah.
We have the same bet price-wise every time,
Yeah.
Mortimer. And,
Hey, before we get off the Redskins, check this shirt out.
yeah, I wasn't going to reference that. Go fighting whites, fighting the use of Native American stereotypes.
All right.
Everything's going to be all white.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. You guys think I'm racist.
Yeah,
There's
right.
Reagan 1985 or whatever right over there.
Huh? Yeah, what is that in reference to?
Some podunk college in Colorado wanted to make a point of, anti-Redskin, and Indians and all that stuff and Seminoles, whatever,
Yeah.
stereotypes. So they say, how would you like it if, you were called you the fighting whites? And,
Yeah.
and it backfired on them.
Okay,
Their
right?
T-shirts sold out and all that.
Yeah.
I need a fighting white shirt.
There you go.
That's hilarious, especially if you know the story.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I don't wear the shirt anywhere.
No, of course you wear
We're
it
in a
over
safe
here.
space here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of that, our bug assault is on the way
Excuse me?
with the laser pointer.
Excuse me. Did you buy one?
Yeah.
Laser.
I made
Yeah, dude.
I made a poopy purchase.
All right. Nice. Dude, everyone I've heard from is like, don't fuck around. You get the 3.0 with the laser.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
What is that? What do you
With the
mean,
real
laser?
tree
What do
camo.
you mean laser?
It's got a laser pointer.
got a
so you
laser
can,
pointer
you
on
can fucking
it.
hit the bug and just bang.
Wait a minute. It's not that tennis racket thing?
No, no.
No, no,
This is
Oh, you're shooting
Bug
it up.
assault.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Assault or whatever it was?
Bug assault.
Yep.
Assault, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ordered.
Hearing good things, I love it. Dude, that's
Wait. Stop. You're going to be following a fly around with your laser pointer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like buckshot, though. You just got to sort of get close.
Yeah, I hope he lands.
Yeah. But who was I talking to? Betsy Arnold.
Yep.
And she was saying, yeah, it doesn't make a huge mess. And I'm like, all right, we'll see.
see.
We'll see. But it just like disintegrates them. And those son of a bitches are having their way with us right now.
Yeah.
They are winning the
Wow,
battle.
we're in a situation
We're gonna win
where
the
we're
war.
leaving the door open for the dog.
Yeah.
Going in and out, and they're making their way inside. And
Yeah.
we have the electric tennis racket thing, which is
We have
fun.
2 of them. They're fun when
yeah.
they work.
But we got to up the game a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was it, just to confirm that it's ordered. It's on its way.
Excellent. Was this an Amazon purchase?
This was not. I went straight to the to the source.
Oh, okay.
But I did get the Bug Assault 3.0, but instead of the Black Fly edition, I got the real tree camo.
Well, I just thought this one actually
what?
does look like it shows
Real
a laser
tree
here.
camo.
Oh.
Eat a dick.
Yeah, that's a freaking hornet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, we don't play around.
Oh. What is that, a grasshopper?
It's another
No,
hornet.
Oh, is that a hornet?
Huey's not dead. You got to take a second shot at him.
Okay,
when
I got no problem with
big
that.
ones like that, yeah.
Look at the salt pellets everywhere.
Right? Overkill.
He had his hands up.
Super overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying don't shoot.
You know, you got to go with the double tap.
Oh, what Huey must have been thinking there. Like, what the fuck,
What's
man?
going on? Like, just coming out of the
Just
first
sitting
one.
here
Like,
and
what the hell was that? Bang! Man. So, yeah, that's the bug assault.
I can't wait. I'm so
Good times ahead, sir.
So
So you're
happy.
going to use that in the house?
Fuck yeah.
So there's going to be salt everywhere?
What am I going to do? Shoot a fly outside?
There's going to
They're
be salt
fine out
everywhere
there.
on the floor?
We're going to
Maybe.
see how it works, and we will report back. It's
Exactly.
our duty. I mean, we're looking out for customers and potential customers, the bug assault out there, who might be having the same worries. Am I going to make a salty mess out of my house? Well, we're here to take
We'll find
that off
out.
your plate. We'll find out, and we'll let you know. We'll report honestly.
Yeah.
We're not being paid by
Part of
bug
our
assault.
Consumer Reports edition.
Yeah. Yeah. So lately we found out that our mascots are racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Our cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Water parks now. I'm going to read you the story.
Well, no shit.
See, now that was a cheap shot.
I would say that would.
I liked it, though.
Well, yeah, lowbrow, I would say as well.
Come on.
Lighten up, Jesus. You know what the house rule is, right?
I
What
know.
is it? What is the house rule?
I guess it's if you think it's funny, you say it or something. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's not if you think it's funny. If it's funny, say it. No matter what the consequences.
Comedy is
house
subjective.
It
rule.
is true.
Yeah. Shit, you're here saying dumb shit all the time that you think is funny.
That's true. I
You
am.
know? You think it's funny? House rule, say it.
That's
And
true.
boy, has that come back to bite us in the ass from time to time. off air.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes it hurts a little more than you'd like. Boy, oh boy. Ooh. And it's like, house rule, right when you're about to throw a fist at someone
Right.
and break their fucking jaw. House rule. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, forgot about the house rule. Oh, that stings. A father has accused a Kansas City water park of racism
Uh-oh.
after it abruptly called off the birthday party for his son when 500 people allegedly arrived and made staff feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
All right. Chris Evans said he signed a $2,000 contract with Summit Waves Aquatic Facility to host 250 people for his 17-year-old son's birthday party on Saturday, but officials said a crowd twice that size appeared.
Okay. That's a big group. 500 people for a
Dude,
kid's birthday party?
For 17-year-old.
Well, still, but that's 500 people.
500 people.
Well, you start hearing free water park shit. You know,
Yeah.
free day at the water park. Come on out.
Yeah.
People come out.
Well, he says if this was a large group of white folks, there wouldn't be a problem.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
I think if you book something for 250 people
Yep.
and 500 showed up, I don't know that your white skin color would get you out of that.
Probably
problem.
not. Probably not. And I don't know why exactly. They could be saying that's why they shut it down because they were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or they were like, yeah, that's like way too many fucking people.
Yeah. The uncomfortable part is troubling.
Yeah.
You know, because then it's like, well, what you uncomfortable for? It's like,
Well,
well, look at you.
I
I
don't-
mean, there's a whole group.
But he's saying that because they were made uncomfortable. It's not like an official statement from the water park.
Well, the reservation was canceled, but you got park official was uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
Well, is that period or uncomfortable with that many more people showing up?
Yes.
Well, I know. Is a group of 500 mostly black people? Would that make people uncomfortable?
Oh, I'm sure it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Yeah, for sure. Especially at a water park.
They're all just standing outside the
Right?
water going, I ain't
The
going
fuck are you doing
in.
here?
Fuck that. I ain't going in there.
You know where you are?
You just have this shit at the lake, man.
No.
Evan says, I know you don't know us. I just want to know why you're uncomfortable with us. So Lee Summit Park said in a statement that it apologized to the Evans family. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because of miscommunication and missed processes that led to the cancellation.
Okay.
The statement said it's an investigation found.
Oh, yeah.
The whole investigation
internal
team.
investigation.
Yeah, the water park investigation
Yeah.
team, crack unit. But does that include the high schoolers working part-time for the
Yep.
summer?
Got our best private dick on it.
Yep. Found the department failed to arrange additional security for the party, which Evans paid for as part of his contract. Officials said the family also promoted the event on social media. There you go.
There you go. That's the extra people for sure.
Despite the contract stating that would not happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like they're in breach.
So what does that mean? Like, if the kid's like, holy shit, I can't believe it's my 17th birthday, we're having it at the park, like, or if it's like, hey, come one, come all.
Come on, bring whoever you want.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like promoting this big party event, or if it's just a kid going, I can't believe my
So
birthday.
wait a minute though. Like if you said you paid for I don't kind of understand if it's 250 people were paid for. That was part of the deal. Why wouldn't more people when they came in? You just charge them to go to the water park.
Yeah.
Then say, okay, hey, unfortunately they're at their 250 limit, but you can
still come in
pay
and
$10 and go in or whatever, and now you're in the park. Why did they just let people in?
Well, they were all black. Made them
like
uncomfortable.
Well, but that's not.
I can't believe Chris Evans is a 17-year-old kid already. That seems like just the other day he graduated from Michigan.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good little running back, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Officials said up to 500 people showed up in the parking lot for the party, with the park having a size capacity limit of 600. So what's the problem?
There was
Sounds like we got room for 100 more.
There was already
like a small.
There was already 300 other people there, probably.
Yeah, maybe. But Evans claimed.
Then wait a minute though. Then why isn't the statement just, dude? You had a party of 250 people. Twice that showed up. You already had 300 people in the place.
I don't know if he had this place rented out completely.
But I'm saying, why don't they just say we were at capacity?
Yeah.
Why is it that they said uncomfortable? That's where.
Well, Evans claims that someone said that they were uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right. That's what that was my saying. That's not the official statement.
Yeah, the official statement isn't.
But why isn't the official
was
statement
clearly uncomfortable? Did you see the parking lot?
Well, then why isn't the official statement just that? Full on. Hey, 250 people.
We haven't heard the water department.
I thought we
side.
have.
Well,
they already talked about the
just-
social media and the contract and stuff. Why wouldn't that be all you say? Hey, we have a capacity of 600. He had 250 people. We were over the capacity.
My guess is 200 feet. He paid $2,000 and said that there was going to be 250 people there. That would probably what they're trying to figure out is how many hot dogs do we need to have out here? How many sodas do we need to have out here to accommodate this amount of guests? And I'm assuming for $2,000 that bought, 500 hot dogs and it bought 500 buns. So each kid can have 2 hot dogs and a soda.
But again, all of that doesn't even matter. Why? I really think if it's the capacity issue, then why couldn't they have just said flat out said, "Hey, sorry, unfortunately, that was capacity. He had 250 people. We already had."
Yeah, but I was invited by the family. I just showed up a half hour late. Now
I'm sorry,
I can't
but we're
come
at
to the party.
capacity for the park right now.
Yep.
And then just end
That's
it there.
not- that's
Because I'm black, you're at
not my
capacity.
problem.
I see plenty of room in there.
No, but see, that's not. You're getting into almost what they're at. Why isn't that just a full-on park statement?
Should have been. Could have been.
Just come out right and say, "Hey, 250 people. We already had 30 people in there. We're at capacity." Unfortunately,
officials said 500 people showed up in the parking lot, and they were like, "I've never seen that many of them in one place at once." They like freaked out and were uncomfortable.
That's entirely possible.
Right, it sure is.
Sure.
Evans claimed the event was canceled before the teenagers arrived, and there was never anything close to 500 kids in the parking lot.
Okay.
I hope someone did a head count because
We're gonna have to have some. Yeah, exactly. This classic he said, she said.
Yeah, sure
situation
is.
we got going here.
Yeah.
So
who do you side with? Law enforcement, like the park?
How big's the lawsuit?
Well, are they starting at 25 mil now?
I think that's what
You got to raise this mascot.
the going rate. Yeah.
Yeah, 25 mil. We
Yeah.
should give Mr. Evans 25 mil.
And that was for
continue
one
with his
kid.
day. Ow, I have a scab on my knee, and Cece's ripping it off.
Oh,
with her
perfect.
teethies.
Yeah. She was sitting over here licking me a minute ago. I just
she's
fucking snouted
great.
her.
So now she's transferred your fucking whatever onto me.
You're welcome.
I would say, by the way, also this is a very amateur water park. If they are taking money for 250 people is a lot for a party to me.
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like. So
Most
point-
birthday
so
parties
even-
are what, 15 people?
So when you're talking about head count or whether they, dude, why wasn't there a bracelet situation? Okay, here's 250 bracelets. Here you go. Everyone with this bracelet can
pull
get
up the
in.
water park. See if we can get any signs from it. It's the. Are you finding it there?
Well, I'm on a news article about it, so I'm sure I can.
Yeah, Summit Waves Aquatic Facility.
Summit Waves.
And also Lee Summit Parks. So, yeah, I think that's the facility. Summit Waves Aquatic Facility. See if you can pull up some overhead pictures of it.
See what we're dealing with here.
Mr. Evans
Let's look for some stock photos, see if we see any colored people in there.
Yeah, right? That's what we need to find out. Oh, this looks kind of dope.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
Is that it?
I guess, yeah. This picture I know was in the article, so that's for sure a picture
So
of it.
Big Lazy River.
Yeah.
We got a wave pool, looks like probably. Is that
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Where are we here? Is this Kansas City?
Oh, I don't see a
Missouri.
single black in that
Missouri.
pool.
Missouri.
There wasn't a single black person in that pool.
There was the well. There's a bunch of people in these stories now because
Yeah. Yeah, that's
the
probably
family.
Mr. Evans. Yeah.
Mr. Evans.
Yeah, that looks like a beach, or is that a wave on the right that he's got pulled up?
That's like a wave pool.
Is it?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Off topic, but speaking of Evans, is Florida Evans the ugliest woman ever to be on TV? Can we talk about
I don't know who
this?
that is.
Yeah. James!
Florida Evans, ugliest woman to ever be on a TV. I'll wait.
Does it count Lori Loughlin on TV or Stacey Abrams on TV?
I mean,
James!
might.
Damn!
No, because
damn.
this is a paid actress.
I mean, Edith Bunker was kind of.
No, Edith Bunker's cute in her own little way. Compared to Florida Evans? Why did that pop in your head?
I don't know, Evans.
Yeah.
Just-
okay.
So,
Damn, James.
carry
I
on.
mean, she's better looking.
She's better looking?
I
Why?
would say
Because
that
she's
she-
white. E.
I'm
Look at that
saying-
picture of James in Florida down there on the bottom left.
Oh yeah, James is a stud.
But when Mike said she's got
stud,
that Bunker has some cuteness to her, I don't know.
No,
about that.
there's not really any cuteness to her, but her role was better.
Yeah.
yeah, her voice was awful.
Yeah. Archie. Archie.
Whatever the fuck that song was.
Yeah.
It's a way better show too, by the way.
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah.
What do you think? He is the ugliest person on television?
I mean, I'd have to think, I guess. This lady that he's talking about, Florida Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
not
not,
a real name.
attractive, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Give it some thought.
Yeah.
We'll
Let me
circle
know.
back.
I mean,
to
what
it.
about, I mean, dude, because now you got going on reality television. You can fucking get into fucking, what was
Let's
her?
stick with paid people,
Yeah,
not not
okay.
like fucking
And not,
real
you know,
world or something.
'Cause I was
They
going to
have
go
be
with,
someone
what's her
paid
name?
that woman to be on TV.
What about Mimi? Remember Mimi from Drew Carey show? She was pretty ugly.
Yeah.
Whoever
Oh,
played
that's
Mimi.
pretty good. Yeah, that's
pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Oh, what about Honey Boo Boo's mom?
That's who I was actually
that's
thinking of, by the way,
Yeah,
so-
when I was saying reality shows.
Yeah.
I was
Because that
I couldn't
chin,
think-
like as someone who's
Which
dealt
one?
with 2 and 3 chins,
Yeah, that's
that thing that she's got going on
you
there.
could play it like one of those wooden fish.
Yeah, yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. My kids were heartbroken their party was canceled. They are good kids who make good grades, have bright futures, and do not deserve to be treated like this. And that goes for all the kids at the park that day. You can honestly say that all 500 kids have good grades and are good kids and
I
bright
know.
futures?
But then they didn't deserve that. You
Yeah.
could probably say that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It appears to have been canceled simply because the park staff was uncomfortable with a group of black teenagers having a pool party to enjoy the end of the summer. After several unsuccessful efforts to reach the Evans prior to their arrival, the department decided to cancel the party. Safety pertaining to the anticipated crowd size and the potential impact it might have on party guests and the staff was the sole reason for the cancellation. Lee Summit Mayor William Baird criticized the department's handling of the incident, denounced the appalling statements he said a park employee made on social media after the incident. I don't know what those statements are, but apparently someone from the park went off and made some shitty statements.
Oh no.
Why?
Yeah, oh, we don't.
Why?
Right?
Yeah.
Even if you think,
I know.
what are you doing?
I don't know
Going
what
on
they
your
are. I was dying to
Oh,
like. I
man.
can't wait to read what some
Like,
We
dipshit.
couldn't get them.
You're just
No.
some worker at the fucking Summit Waves,
Yeah.
whatever park.
And
You're
you
going on
know
your
it's
Facebook
a
and be like,
seasonal employee.
right, and you go
you
on there and be like, bunch of black people coming to the ballpark today. Fuck them.
I didn't want to be at work today. You know they're all gonna fucking drown because they can't swim anyways.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Going on your
Post.
Facebook or whatever you're doing it on.
We didn't have any fried chicken anyways. All we sell is hot dogs and fucking pretzels. I can't believe they would even show up here. Tweet. Tweet. Tweet.
Send.
Let's see. We must intentionally embrace a culture that is welcoming and inclusive, and we must continually denounce any urge or impulse to exclude. The Parks Department statement said the administrator apologized to the family for the inappropriate and insensitive language used by staff. It said appropriate actions would be taken. Just blow them out. It's probably 16.
yeah.
cares?
In this instance, whoever made whatever post they made on social media, that person does. If they legit went
Yeah,
out
that
there,
dude.
and, like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gone. Dude.
Like, really? Can
Yeah.
you imagine going to your boss's office the next day? He's like, dude,
Right.
really? We canceled a fucking party with 500 black people.
Yeah.
And you decided to tweet, what?
Yeah.
This?
This was your
Fuck
retort?
off, dude.
Oh, boy.
Really? We're in the national papers now.
Yep.
Thanks, dickhead. Inappropriate language, social media posts, and behavior are not acceptable and will not be tolerated. The incident comes amid the backlash against Sesame Street theme parks and Charles E. Cheese, where black parents claim their children were snubbed by mascots due to their race. It's kind of hard to deny in some of those.
Yeah.
Some of those, it's a bummer, no doubt about it.
I didn't hear anything that really defended the water park in this this situation here.
Well,
like, he brought up a lot of good points that okay, they could have been over capacity, or this, here was your 250. You figure out which 250 are coming in.
But in their
this
defense, if you have, and I don't know how binding these contracts would be, but if you have a contract and you're putting $2,000 down, which is a decent amount of money, I would imagine if there's a policy of like a charge if you cancel.
Yeah.
Right. If you try to cancel, we're going to keep $500 of this because that's bullshit. We're setting up staffing, stuff,
ordering
and blah,
food,
blah, blah, ordering
whatever.
food.
Yep.
So we're not just gonna
blocking it out, not
stuck
booking
with it.
other parties that could be taking this place.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there's a finite amount of Sundays in a summer that you can have an event like that. And so for them, if there's a contract and it's detailed, like, look, don't invite whoever you want. Your capacity is 250. Don't go on social media and promote this because we've seen things get out of control. We have seen that before where parents go out of town and all of a sudden every kid from surrounding cities are like, fucking Troy's house tonight.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the entire house is demolished because 5,000 kids showed up to a house party that normally would have just been your neighborhood buddies getting shit-faced. So you can see why these things would be put in place,
of course,
to cover them. And so, if the kids haven't shown up yet and you're just assuming there's going to be a lot of them, or you make some number, like, I think we need to litigate this. Because Mr. Evans is saying there wasn't anyone near 500 kids in the parking lot. They're all good kids anyways. So
yeah, I don't know.
I would doubt that this is full on a racist issue.
Where is it again? It's Kansas City, right?
Kansas
Missouri.
City. Missouri, I guess. But I would say all my points are still there. Like, this is a real business. This isn't just some fucking mom and pop thing.
Yeah.
You take $2,000 from a family and you're 250 kids. Do something where you know ahead of time. Okay, this is how we know who those kids are.
You would think the
what they're
bracelet
just sitting in
thing-
the parking lot and you're kind of just like, yeah, the dad's just gonna say he's with me. That just seems very mismanaged.
Yeah. No,
It's a good point,
There's some weird things going on there.
You would have to have an ID thing unless he rented out the whole park.
Right.
Unless which doesn't make sense that you do that for $2,000 on a
No,
full
that
Sunday, but
that could be the deposit, for one, and then you settle up at the day of.
I thought he had to pay in full $2,000.
I don't think it was.
By the way,
in
regular
full.
visits, I
think
guess
that
if
was,
you're
He signed a $2,000 contract with Summit Waves Aquatic Facility to host 250 people for his 17-year-old son's birthday party.
okay, well, signed to $2,000 doesn't mean he paid the $2,000 already.
You don't think you think he?
Maybe you got to pay it when you get there. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm assuming you paid the $2,000, but I don't know. I suppose it could go either way.
Yeah, no. I've booked enough parties. You don't pay that shit all up front.
No, but you could pay
You
half,
pay a
right?
deposit.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? The more I'm thinking about, like, even if you didn't have the passes, you look out in the parking lot, you go, oh shit, there's kind of a lot of people here. Isn't there a manager out there, there that day? He doesn't go up to the
I think he was racist-y.
Right. Go up to the dad and be like, yo, hey man, is this, you're doing the party. You said 250. You don't have a little counter, a little click. Just go to the fucking front and go, okay, 250.
Yep.
Everyone after got to pay it to get in. You can still come in.
Yeah, good luck to number 251.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Let me know how that ends up.
Well, I know I get it, but
Yeah. Hey, insurance. We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage. Auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. So call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasik.
Thank you. That's our boy Brent. Tara as well. I think they've got a Aussie Shepherd.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like
We're talking about
CC?
talking about getting together for a play date.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Cece loves the play dates. She being a good girl over there?
Yeah, she's
Bob?
out cold.
Crashed.
Yeah. Well, at least she's not splayed out like a whore,
Not yet.
like she usually is. Yeah, she'll flip over at some moment. I think she's got sunburn on a little pink part of her nose.
Yeah,
because that's the only part out of the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna put
Anyways.
some sunscreen on her.
Can you do that? I was honestly wondering, can you do that?
Why not?
Because it's fur.
It's what?
By the way,
I spray it on my head.
Okay.
Still get sun through your hair.
Yeah.
I will say, as I look further into this on their website, it says like address City Hall. I think this is like a city park and rec, kind of like how Oakland doesn't Oakland have like
they got some water parks.
where it's like So I don't think it's a full on. I mean, it's not saying it's a bit. You know what I mean? But like
but it's like a
kind of
city park, county park
which
type thing.
could make it even worse. in my
Municipal
opinion.
facility.
Why would it make it worse?
Because now you're talking about a government facility, dude, and you're
not
just
like a private owned where you could just be like some hillbilly racist. No, it's like
it's a government owned thing.
city-owned,
And if it's run through that, I know the government is terrible. I get it. They don't run things very well.
I think there's some serious unanswered questions.
very,
though.
very much on both.
You know what I
sides.
mean?
Yep.
Honestly, because if it was rented out for 250 people for the day, you saw that park. It's not that big.
Yep.
250 people, while it can accommodate 600, but if that was the case, that they had 250 people that they were accounting for, planning to feed, going on the rides, they're going to have a certain amount of employees and security to deal with X amount of people.
Right.
Which they would have had
That's
to
less than $10
double.
a person. I mean, that's cheap for a water park,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
$7-8 a person, something
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
it doesn't include food or something, and you're
probably
going to have
not.
to feed those kids.
Maybe, but still.
But if you take into account, like, oh my God, 500 people showed up. Well, if we had a normal full staff here, and twice as many security,
And I would also
maybe
say
we could make that work. But
again, out of the races, whoever took this order, dude, this is like even when you go on their website, for example, it's like, oh, do a birthday party. It's like party package that includes like 15 people, and then like after that, everyone has to pay. Dude, this was a massive party. Like somebody just took on a massive undertaking, and sounds like they just kind of were like, yeah,
Oh,
sounds
boy.
good, $2,000. Yeah, 250 people.
Somebody went rogue.
Right.
Yeah,
Like-
250. $2,000.
$2,000.
All right, George.
It
Do
just
it for
sounds-
$2,000. Would say you got $2,000 on you. We'll make this fucking thing happen.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
I mean, this is just one party package with 15, but the point is they don't have something on here like for more, like kind of. So it's
that's
like,
So what do they pack? What do the packages go up to? 250 sounds like a huge party.
It is pretty big party.
like this is like the party package.
How many do we have for Skylar's 21st?
Oh, there was probably 40.
Yeah.
40 to
Reserve a
50
party
here.
right now. You click reserve a party and put 250. If there's
I
a,
think it's gonna go to some damn fucking forum.
if there's a pull down for race, fill in the race.
Yep,
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Bob, you historically have taken us to many great events over the years. Red Wings games, Tigers games. What do you say we kick it up a notch and you take us
Road trip out to the Summit
in a
Park.
limo out to Summit Park. Let's go.
You two guys are going to be on the slide. I got to see this.
Oh, come on. I'm sprier than I look.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd be a disaster. I'd go in the lazy river though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that.
So can you add like 45 minutes use of designated party space? 15 frozen treats.
Resident rate.
Look at that.
$150 for resident.
So somebody here
$200
really
for
like.
Yeah, you're right. This is community. This is a county thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Sure is.
residents of the county versus non-residents.
Yeah.
Yeah, city of what? LS? City of.
Wherever that is, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Point is, I think also somebody took out a massive, like, yeah, sure, 250 people. Sounds good.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
And then realize.
No, way over their head. All right, let's get to some email.
Okay.
And then get out of here. I've been sitting on this one for a while, E.
Saving it for you.
It's a long one, but
Oh,
it's
is it
about,
a religious again?
Yeah, dude. I'm
I
telling
give
you,
in. I'm for whatever this person's for.
I'm telling
I'm
you,
converted.
you done fucked up, son. You bring up religion, and the people come out of
Right.
the woodworks. There's a lot of people that care about religion, and you keep kicking the
Talk
hornet's
about
nest.
boy fucking. We don't get any emails about that, apparently.
Well,
Play
talk
some
about-
organ music. E. Put some organ music on.
Already there.
let me read this one. Hold on.
I don't know if I can find it, so let me see.
Well, hold on anyways, because I've got one for email for Troy, and I read this, and I don't fully understand it,
Okay.
but it's meant for you anyways.
All right.
Hey, guys, listen to some exclusive content tonight. What I think is the latest, question mark, had Troy was commenting on driving up north and finding his pack. Okay, he didn't say pack, but I always find the group of trucks that does 90 plus
Oh,
and
yeah.
work my way in with my car. Okay,
Yep.
so
Yeah. When I talked about there was me and 2 other trucks that were doing like 90.
Yeah.
And helping each other out.
Yeah.
Working off each other and all
Okay.
that. So that's our pack, I guess.
Did you not say pack? But
I did not
this
say
person.
pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the best. You all stick together because no PD or MSP, Michigan State Police or Police Department, is pulling over 5 vehicles. I let the trucks get ahead to pressure the slow and the left lane cars. My car isn't intimidating at all. Most of my drives up north consist of me finding this crew and proving I belong even though I don't have a truck. That's great.
You're exactly right.
I might only save 20 minutes out of the drive, but I agree with Troy. It makes it so much better.
It was enjoyable.
There are other good people out there, and I always give a wave when I duck out from my exit.
Nice. That's
Great
exactly
shows,
what it was.
as always. Thanks for the extra. It's not extra.
It's exclusive.
It's exclusive. For people like you,
Yes.
who shall remain nameless.
Yes. Thank you for that. Nameless.
Okay, that... I
You
was
can
like,
be in my pack any day in your
dude,
little
I was
pussy car.
I was so confused, but I'm like, I know Troy's going to know what this is about.
Yeah.
Totally remember that now.
Yep.
I've never done that. I've never even... No. I'm going to try, though. I'd love to get my own pack.
Yeah, you need a pack.
Yeah, I need a crew.
I
I
need
need,
a
a
pack.
pack. I want to be in a pack, something cool. We're all working together, making our way down a freezeway together. Yeah. All right. Love Big E's new religion segment. Big E keeps saying, show me the proof that God exists. Of course, the Bible has that answer and how it will be enough for God's righteous judgment to condemn you to hell.
Oh, wow.
This universe didn't just create itself. It's in Romans chapter 1, verse 20.
Oh, it is it?
Yeah. Have you ever looked at Romans?
There's the
verse
proof right
1?
there in that sentence.
Says it right there.
Chapter 1, verse 20, Romans, dickhead. Read it. Educate
Okay.
yourself. Explains that creation alone is proof to proclaim that he exists. And in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, if you looked at that,
I haven't.
didn't think so.
Can't say that I have.
God,
I mean, I have this. Whatever this funeral music.
funeral music. You don't have church music?
I don't see any here.
God gives every person enough knowledge that they should seek him, and it claims that if you seek him, you will find him. That's why some people believe if you're not of the age to comprehend it, or have mental issues, or have been aborted, that your soul will get a pass. So maybe Big E has a chance.
Ooh, maybe.
Gospel melody. I don't know. Oh, God, there's commercials for everything, man.
Yes, always felt like an...
No, it's feel like. Tell me when you're done, E.
Here we
See
go.
if
I
you got the
guess.
right one.
It says gospel melody, Oregon. I don't know.
All right,
I already got
fill
it.
your seat. Yeah, but that sounds like shit.
All right, fine. There you go.
Not bad. I would have gone Black Church.
I can't pre-listen to them.
A simple way to explain salvation is with the Grand Canyon. If you had to jump across the Grand Canyon to reach heaven,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
no matter how hard you try, you would fall short. Troy might jump farther, but he will still end up dead
Further.
next to you and Biggie. But if you had a bridge, Jesus, hello,
Oh, hello.
and you put your faith and trust in that bridge to get across, then no problem. Romans chapter 3, verse 23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Romans 6:23, if you fucking,
But aren't
if you looked up
humans-
Romans
Read it.
6:23,
Aren't humans sinful and imperfect? And they interpreted this, but they didn't interpret it. They interpreted it perfectly.
they're all saying the same thing, man. Jesus is the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Romans 6:23, do you remember what it says?
You'll have to update me.
For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord.
Woo!
And everyone knows John 3:16.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen this sign at sporting events sometimes.
For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son,
There you go.
that whosoever believeth him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but the world through him might be saved. John 20:31. E, are you familiar?
What about some of those verses from other religions?
I prefer Austin 3:16 myself.
Right.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
like, what about
I
like
see what you did there.
the Buddhist and what they believe?
Dude, we're not talking about the Buddhists.
But they believe pretty strongly themselves.
Yeah, they're in hell.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
they're
eternal
not-
hellfire.
they're-
Damnation.
They're burning in hell right now.
Yeah. John 20:13. Familiar, E?
Familiar. No.
But these are written that ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing ye might have faith through his name. Hello?
Yee.
All the proof I need is in these sentences written down.
Bible
By
is
humans.
the greatest work ever composed for man by God and has been proved with many science and archaeological findings, but nobody reads it. They should at least read it once, starting with the New Testament before poo-pooing it.
Remember when they didn't want
It's
us to
full
be
of
able to
great
read it?
lessons and knowledge.
Remember when they wanted to shut it down so no one could read it? Like they didn't want the people to learn.
The Bible?
Yeah.
When?
Who was
Way
shutting
back
down
in the
Bible?
back in the fucking like back in the days, man. They wouldn't want you to know how to read.
I wasn't there. I don't remember it. No.
No, I'm just kind of making a joke.
The church controlled what was published, and that's when the big deal about the Gutenberg press is that it became cheap to put out written material.
But they didn't want people to learn how to do
they
it.
had to listen to what the church says.
keep
They
it
weren't
stupid.
allowed. They weren't allowed to read.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Steve
Why
Gutenberg.
would you do that? Why wouldn't you just want everybody?
Control.
If the point is to share this amazing gospel.
Control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's for not for all. It's just for us.
Yep. Again, we're learning that government leaders don't really give a shit about the people below them. It's all about enriching themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
you still got a chance, E. Hang in there, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This-
I
this
still say you're
email-
on the outskirts in a double wide, but
This email has done
better
a
than
lot.
hell.
Has done a lot. I have a lot to ponder over the next stuff.
well, I'm gonna send you home tonight with that email. You can go over those scriptures and verses and educate
homework.
yourself a little bit.
Right. Do the work.
Yeah. Maybe you could do a Thursday report on it. See what you find. What your
Tomorrow,
findings are.
a report on religion.
Well,
Can I give it a week?
I'll give you till next Thursday to do a
thank
full
you.
report on religion.
on the Bible.
Yeah.
I need you to crack religion and find out if there's some truth to this
Is
Jesus.
is there a Bible for dummies or like a cliff notes to the Bible?
Probably.
It's got to be.
In a week's time from tomorrow, I'm gonna have the religion all.
Can you get the audio Bible?
I guarantee they have the audio Bible.
If you could have somebody read you the Bible, who would it be? Sam Jackson?
Liev Schreiber.
James Earl Jones?
This day
James
in
Earl Jones.
religion. This day in religion with Big E.
There you go.
Oh, maybe we can go over some of the slavery and the murders.
Hey, if you want to take a negative tone, ease. I'm not saying God was perfect all the time.
Yeah, it's like the same with the Lions thing.
Yeah.
It's just so negative.
Yeah. What, God can't
naysaying.
grow up a little bit and change his fucking views on women and blacks? Gays?
Chapter 7, the Crusades.
Right. What about those? All those people we
Forget
killed.
about that.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands.
We don't want to talk
murdered.
about that part.
In the name.
Yeah.
In the name of the Lord.
Tell him, Jesus. Bob, it's so great to see you, buddy.
My pleasure.
There's just
Thanks
some
for coming
timeline
by.
issues that don't add up for me.
I'm gonna get such a
Eternal
bad
hellfire
text.
for you.
Ugh.
That's all right. I hope they send the text to you and the email to me, walters@detroitcast.com. Because I'll be glad to read
Send it there first. not to my mobile.
Jesus, you generate a lot. They're coming hard, the
Yep.
Christians.
Gross.
I literally talked about that I didn't know if it's that big of a deal if you had a dog lick your balls last week. But the religion aspect is...
Yeah, true.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a way to let a dog lick your balls and peanut butter off your balls and still get into heaven. It's amazing.
Is it really?
Technically, why not?
Yeah, as long as you believe.
As long as, yeah, right. Don't you,
you
have
can
to
have a dog lick
repent on the
your balls.
deathbed? Isn't that all? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but you got to really believe.
You gotta really believe
Hey,
it.
that's fine.
You can't just in case your way in, dude.
No, I know.
You know?
Yeah. I just really believe.
Bob, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
My pleasure.
We'll do it again soon. And
I love it.
thank you, everybody. The team will be back tomorrow. Unfortunately, Nick Matthews is not joining us.
No, we will not be having our insurance expert on
Yes.
hand.
Yes. He's going to be back soon. But the three of us will be here. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.